land of broadcasting in a time of declining family values, the destiny of great radio rests on the shoulders of Super FM.
And we like to take our job very, very seriously. It's 10:30 a.m. Today's Thursday, the 14th of August, 2025. My name is George Chooks. That's your One Family, One radio station, Super 88.1 FM. You're welcome yet again to our special radio series on ending female genital mutilation in Edo State. If you joined my show yesterday on Today's Woman, I did hint that we're going to be having a very special guest on the show today, who is a traditional ruler. And what makes having a traditional ruler all the more important in conversations like this is that since day one, we've been having this conversation on ending female genital mutilation, aka female circumcision. The one defense that all of the supporters have had is that it is a traditional thing and that they are traditional men. And these were I'm specifying gender here, men, because they were male and they were the patriarchs of their family. And they stood 10 toes on the fact that because they were traditional men, they must continue the practice of female genital mutilation because it is a part of their tradition. And so yesterday I did ask on the show, Today's Woman, I said, are we sure that maybe things would change if we heard directly from a traditional ruler on the matter? And everybody said, no, well, maybe we can change some thoughts. So we are waiting for our guest to join us virtually. Now, this very special radio series is brought to you by the good people at Women Rights and Health Project, with support from UNICEF Nigeria. And I'll find out from my partners if we should be looking forward to hearing from our guest shortly. Give us a moment. All right, you're welcome back to your One Family, One radio station, Super 88.1 FM, and you're on to our special radio series on ending female genital mutilation in Edo State. Now, I want to just give you some facts and figures while our guest joins us virtually. Now, if you do not know what female genital mutilation is, let's not even throw big words around. It is what is known as female circumcision. It is the partial or total removal of the external part of the female sexual organ. Now, we've seen over time, from statistics, from numbers, from reports, the amount of danger involved in situations like this. We had a young girl, a baby, honestly, who was 1 month old, who passed on earlier in the week from female genital mutilation. She suffered one of the many side effects, which is excessive bleeding. And at the time our parents took her to the hospital, she had already bled out and she was pronounced dead on arrival. Now, of course, the women who were involved in this practice, about 3 of them, were immediately arrested and are to be arraigned. Now, the reason why the arrest took place immediately is that in most countries of the world, female circumcision is illegal. Even here in Nigeria, even here in Edo State, according to our guest from the Ministry of Justice who explained that Edo State itself has a localized law against female genital mutilation. We also have the Nigerian Constitution that provides support and protection. We also have the VAP law that has been ratified in about 34 states in Nigeria. These are big stories, but something continues to raise head, and that one something is the belief that we must continue in this harmful practice because it is a traditional thing to do. And so yesterday on Today's Woman, I asked, what if we had a traditional ruler who took out the time? Hello, good morning. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me? Good morning. Hello, can you hear me? Our guest is trying to join us virtually. Hello, sir. Good morning. Can you hear me, sir?
Good morning. I'm hearing you. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, welcome to the show. I'm going to quickly introduce you. We've been waiting for you since yesterday. We're very, very excited. Okay, so for you who's listening to me, yes, thank you, sir. For you who's listening to me from wherever you are, you're welcome to our special radio series on ending female genital mutilation in Edo State, brought to you by the Women's Rights and Health Project, with support from UNICEF Nigeria. Today, we're looking at the very special role of traditional rulers in ending female genital mutilation in Edo State. And we have a very special guest. Our guest, who's joining us virtually, is His Royal Majesty Eyizoje Elogerio the First, JP, Dionoje of Igweben, and Okaigun of Isan Land. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. I've been really looking forward to this conversation. And I heard that it's a market day around there, so you are very busy. So thank you for making out the time.
Yes, today is our day.
Fantastic. So the first question I want to ask.
The place is full.
It is full. Oh, that's what I was told. I was saying, and you still found the time. So let's go jump into the conversation quickly. The first question I want to ask is, what role can traditional rulers play in ending female genital mutilation? Is it an important role for traditional rulers, or is it something that rulers like you can just toss to the side and say is not that serious?
Yeah, when you talk of traditional ruler, as you know, we are the community head. We are the head of our people, traditionally, and it has been like that from ages. In fact, as you know, before the British came in, it was a question of communities gather, deliberate on things, and then the Royal Majesty will just finalize the issue and tell them, oh, this way or the other way. So there is always a role for the traditional ruler, because the subjects don't take decision until you hear from the traditional ruler. So there is much you can do. When I was first approached on this issue, I tried to send my chiefs, because the chiefs are the representative of traditional rulers in their villages above. And so we asked them come up with findings. Do we still have those who practice female genital something, and we're getting responses from there. So we have a lot of role to play, and we are playing that.
Thank you so much. Another thing that I was thinking about, sometimes we have this thing where we assume something is happening, but we don't know anybody that he's doing it. And people assume that, so of course we don't know anybody that is doing it, then it is not happening. So in your experience, do you know of any traditional rulers who have taken a stand against this female circumcision?
Well, modern day traditional rulers work with government. We work in synergy. And so government says this practice is no longer tenable because we find it not useful. And so we pass the message. It is true that one or two persons may be doing this hiding, and that is why you have this information going on, so that we sense it as people that should abstain from practicing things, that's why we are not stopping the information, information to the people. We have, for example, in my quarters, in my villages, I've gone around, they will tell you, oh, no longer in practice. But going deep, we know that that's with secretly. Just like the traditional attendants who still practice at home, you train this best attendant to make sure they carry this thing under the best practice, So that's the kind of thing, that's the way we also find out whether the female mutilation is going on. Also, is here. We have not seen anybody coming out to say yes, we're still indulging in it.
Very, 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 very insightful. Sir, when you opened this conversation, Your Majesty, you mentioned that before the colonial masters came, traditional rulers were the ones fully in charge, and now we liaise with the government to make things happen. So if for some reason it is discovered, in and around Igweben that somebody is practicing female genital mutilation, does something happen to them? Is anything going to be done?
Yes, traditionally, if they put on certain practices and we get information they are still carrying it out, of course, we will come to the general gathering and we sanction such persons, That's why I told you they will do such things in hiding because they will not want any person to know about it. But so far, I think they are getting the information, and even though I tell you now that they have stopped, we are still looking around to see whether some are still actually practicing this thing in hiding. It's not something that will stop one day. Will let us be sure that it's actually no longer in practice.
Okay. If you just joined us, we're on to our special radio series on ending female genital mutilation in Edo State, brought to you by the Women's Right and Health Project with support from UNICEF Nigeria. And today we're looking at the role of our traditional rulers in ending female genital mutilation in Edo State. You've been privileged to be listening to the voice of His Royal Majesty Eizo J. Elojero I, JP, His Yonoje of Igweben and Okaigun, and he's been letting us know the role that he has personally been playing in ending female genital mutilation in his community. But I want to ask, clearly you have explained that you are doing more and you will do so much more. But is there any kind of collaboration that you would appreciate? Whether collaboration from government, collaboration from security agencies, is there anything that can be done to help you and your community do more against female genital mutilation?
Yeah, of course. If when I discussed with some persons, I told them even the practice of sending messages to the various communities or holding meetings to sensitize people, we do make one expensive for that, And when we need to send our vigilantes, we call it our local police vigilantes, to go and bring 30 persons to say what has happened in this area, because here that he's one of those who probably hiding somebody. We need to take care of such persons. To that end, we always need assistance. And when we have people, some of them who breach such a law, we do take them to the security, the police. Say this person is involved in what we have told them not to do, and we do carry out some sanctions against them. But in recent times, as I've told you, that has not happened, and so we continue the exercise of sensitization.
Okay, sir. There's one thing I would love if you could help us to address it. For about 3 weeks now, we've been having this conversation here on radio, and it has been going very well. But a lot of people have called and they have opposed this conversation. They've opposed the idea of stopping female circumcision. They said because it is a tradition, and because they are traditional people, it cannot stop. Please, I want you to speak on that particular matter.
Well, I told you we are in a modern world. A lot of traditions that negate the practice of civilization, we try to do away with them. It's like we say, in the past, if you want to bury a king, you have to get a slave and put it before bury. Things like that, we know it's inhuman, that we shouldn't practice that. We no longer do that. The same way, if because of our learning, of our education, we know that female genital mutilation is bad. It's not good for the child, and of course, because of our learning, we pass that information across and make sure, let them know it's not dangerous. I mean, it's dangerous and it's not good for them, because it doesn't prevent them from any adverse, any serious this thing. So that's how we pass this information, and I think we are doing a lot. We're doing a lot, and we still intend to continue.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, sir. Because I know that it's your market day and you're very busy today, I'm going to be letting you go very, very soon. But I just want you to speak to the people who are listening right now. Since they told me that it is a traditional thing, I know it will have more impact if it is coming from somebody like you. So people who are still practicing this female circumcision, what word, what message do you have for them?
Well, the message is clear. You tell me the female child is promiscuous when it doesn't carry out this thing. I will say it's a lie. It's not true. It's not true. It's a fallacy. It's what we were made to believe. And so I will tell you to stop that kind of practice, or go for further, go and get enlightenment so that it is dangerous, it is not healthy for the child as it erroneously believed. And I think that is the message I'm sending to not to my people, to everybody.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. This has been a very insightful conversation. Thank you for all you're doing for your people. Thank you for what you're doing for women and girls. The job that you do is not taken lightly by us at all. We deeply appreciate you. So
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so have a lovely morning. So as usual, we usually save...
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. We usually save 10 minutes of this conversation for you, so that you can send in your questions or your thoughts, your comments. Now, you have been listening to the voice of His Royal Majesty, Eizoje Elojero the First, JP, the Onoje of Igweben and Okaigun of Esan Land. And he has shared a few thoughts. Now, if you didn't catch any of the thoughts, I'm going to do you the solid of giving you a bit of a reminder. First of all, he emphasized the fact that traditional rulers have a huge role to play in ending female circumcision. And it says, if for nothing, the fact that people revere, respect, and regard their traditional rulers. And whatever it is that is coming from the government, in this modern day, it is their job to cascade that information down to their people. And I also asked him questions of how have you been able to reduce the tide within your community, to which he explained that they have a few, task forces here and there who move around, who check to make sure that these types of things are not happening. And when they find people who are erring, they are brought forward and those people are made to face a sanction. And then he ended up by saying that the belief that women become promiscuous because they were not circumcised is absolutely not false. He explained that we must protect our girls and our women. Like usual, welcome your comments. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my sister.
Welcome. What is your name and where are you calling us from, please?
I'm Madam Janet from Newbin.
Happy to have you, ma. Please go ahead.
This is my first time of the conversation, so let me tell you what I know about it before.
Tell me.
Well, when I was a girl, people that used to circumcise, number one step, now they say what they use is very bad. They use it for everybody. Immediately they use it, they wash it and keep it again and use it for another person another day. So there are some set of girls that they did not circumcise. I was asking that particular woman that used to circumcise people in my village. I said, why are you people circumcising people? She said that if they did not circumcise a person, if she is pregnant, she will not deliver on time. Number two, he said they used to stress because it made them to spoil. I said, see today, if you go Ukwala area, you will see this thing. There's if they marry, up to tomorrow, if they marry, when their pregnancy is 7 months, they will circumcise them. You understand? They will circumcise them. She will not do anything again. She will not do anything. Nothing she will touch. She will put to bed everything. That one apart. So I was hearing that they doesn't circumcise women again. I say, because you said one thing that one girl died because of this thing. It's true. Even one boy died because of this that time when we were at home. Because that thing they use is not related at all. It's not good. It's something we call it in my place. I'm from Igwaki. Even one time our people in Radio House, they were saying this on Sunday before. They used to say these people will say, these people will say. My people were saying that it's very bad to circumcise women. Then I said, that was the first time I heard it. I said, okay, it's not good to circumcise. I said, they are still doing it now. So when I even went to now, they called me that my son, the wife went to bed. I went there. It was there. If I got there, they put hearing. I say, you put circumcise. He say, no, mommy, they don't do circumcise again. I say, thank God.
Thank God. Oh.
This is a big work. A big news to people. Some will hear, some will not hear because they just say it's a tradition. It's a tradition, but it's a bad thing.
It is a bad thing.
People that are against it, because they've gone to school, they know the implication of it. That's supposed to stop it. Then why are they saying that it's a
Thank you
tradition?
so much.
What is tradition? Your own child. And what you will do that we see somebody's life that is not. See, those men were saying one thing, that even women that they say concerned, they doesn't have feeling of men anyhow.
Thank you so much, Madam Jenny. We need to get more calls. I really appreciate your call. Good morning. Whew. I always go through so many emotions on this show. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome. What is your name and where are you calling us from, please?
My name is Osas. I'm calling from Mutilation.
Welcome, Osas. Talk to us.
Yeah, this is my first time of calling in this conversation or topic. I would like to say something. I'm a Christian. Yeah, a very strong Christian at that. But I still believe in tradition. You know why? You know why? Because tradition even exists in the Bible. The Bible did not condemn tradition. Most of these things that people are trying to condemn, maybe because of modern age.
So,
and this
to be
and
clear,
that.
you support female genital mutilation. That's what you're saying, right?
If I support female
Genital
circumcision,
mutilation, because that's what we're talking about. Do you support it?
I know that's what we are talking about, but I'm trying to talk about tradition. I cannot tell you if I support it or not.
No. The thing is that we need to stay on cause and on topic. So the tradition that we are speaking about specifically is the circumcision of women. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about all traditions in the world. We're talking about female circumcision. So if you say you're standing for tradition, it means that you're standing for the particular one that we are talking about, and that is female genital mutilation. So I have to ask you again, are you calling now to say that you support the circumcision of women and girls?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you so much for calling. Hello, good morning. All right, do call us back. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Welcome. What is your name and where are you calling us from, please?
I'm calling from Tel. My name is Patrick.
Oh, okay, welcome. Please go ahead.
I want to say that it is out of disobedience. It's out of disobedience. That is what human beings are mainly found themselves doing. When God told Moses that he circumcised all his children, it was an adult that God told Abraham that he circumcised himself and circumcised all his children. The people that are working with him, he had initially he did not have son until when God gave him son. The people that are working with him, he said to circumcise them so that I will have a covenant with you. I remember when Moses was trying to, when God sent him to Egypt to deliver his children, the children of Israel, God told him, according to the injunction of the Bible, he said, the Spirit of God was angry with Moses because he failed to do what God has asked him to do. What did God ask him to do? To circumcise all his male children. He did not say women. He said male children. And that is the instruction that God gave. God did not say circumcised women. Women are not circumcised because God not even angry with Moses' wife. Because there's no any passage in the Bible that says that women should be circumcised. It is out of disobedience to God's law that brought out this age or last age to be circumcising women. In my village initially, I saw that some women, when the boy girl, they will say, I want to carry her to this, let her circumcise. And when my mom delivered the baby girl, and we were like, you won't carry her, go down to the they said that my father now told her, don't ever take my child to any place for any position. There's no any injunction in the Bible that God is not that we should do it. So for that reason, keep my child here. And that's how my mom keep her daughter down. And did not go and follow other women to do that. See, today, my sisters, nothing. Even today, when my sister they stay with me when I don't marry now. When she won't born, you know her. She just born.
As it should be. As it should be. Thank you so much. And well done to your mother for the kind of work that she has been doing. All right, let's squeeze in one final call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. Your name and where you're calling us from, please.
Mr. Julius from Northwood.
All right, talk to us, Mr. Julius.
I want to say very important. I've been following I'm like,
oh, Mr. Julius, your line is breaking. No, I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Let's try again.
Okay, I said like the rest of people are in. Okay, he said they are working with the government. And after God, now government. And he said they are sensitizing people over the environment. And thank God for his words now. He said the traditional leaders are working with government to abolish this law. So why are we still confusing ourselves?
If you ask me, Mr. Julius, so I go ask.
I tire of people they say that they support that law. I don't understand. Government don't talk tradition doesn't follow up the go. So why we not follow tradition?
That's a big question. Thank you so much, Mr. Julius. Much appreciated. We are wrapping up the conversation right now. Thank you for joining us today as well. It's been a couple of weeks of us having these types of conversations. It is not ending yet. On Tuesday next week by 10:30, I will be here again speaking to you on the matter. If you just joined us, we had a lot of people that said, I'm just joining for the first time. You have just come in contact with a special radio series on ending female genital mutilation in Edo State. This series is brought to you by the Women's Right and Health Project with support from UNICEF Nigeria. Today we looked at the role of traditional rulers in ending female genital mutilation, and we're lucky enough to speak with His Royal Majesty Eizo J. Elojiro I, JP. He's the Onoje of Igweben and Okaigun, and he came to set the record straight. So please, let's join hands together to destroy this scourge that is eating deep into our society. There are no benefits for female genital mutilation. Now, if you know somewhere this is happening and you would love to speak to the good people at WRAP, you can reach them on a few numbers that I will make